How you doing, everybody? It's a nice but cold afternoon today. Anyway, I was thinking that with the holidays here, thinking, boy, what would be a nice gift? And I thought, well, 10,000 bucks would be a very nice gift. And so I thought, well, what kind of watch would I get it? Now, maybe I get a lot of them, but I was thinking of just one watch. What would be a nice one to have that I could get that for about that much? And new or used, whatever. So I'm probably thinking probably used right now. Hey, Jose Von Cruel, how are you? Brian, good to see you. Graham of the Essence, how are you? Oh, good. Thanks, Brian. John, how are you? From the slightly chilled Texas. Yeah, um, I hear all the way down south they're getting some of this chilled. Ours has been what I guess they call seasonally cold. It's in the 20s and 30s, and we had snow a couple days ago, and it's some of it's left on the ground, pretty good amount, and we're having more snow tonight. So anyway, I know Texas is so big though. You could, it's like its own country. Michael, how you doing? Velocity. For 6K, you could get one of mine. Okay. What kind do you have? Hi, Damon. Thomas, good to see you, Thomas. It's windy. Someone else was telling me earlier today that, I mean, when you're talking about windy, you're talking about seriously windy in the UK. They were talking about 90-mile-an-hour winds and things like that. That's a lot. Abdul, how you doing? Did the Phillips auction go as well as you wished? Uh, yeah. I mean, you always want it to be better, but it was pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'll put it that way. I'll be even happier once I get paid. Well, some of the ones they have these deals that somebody contacts them ahead of time and says, "Look, I want to get a certain watch, and but I've got my money all tied up and this, that, and the other thing, and so could I pay this, and this, and so it lasts longer?" But you end up with more. So I thought, why not? And I don't know whether I have no idea who got my watch. I'll find out uh, probably after this whole New York auction is done. But so yeah, but I am thinking about getting watches again. That was another thing that came up. Anyway, so yeah, definitely looking for suggestions on a clean watch with an amazing case back and good movement. Hi, Stephen. Um, Let me see. What would I get with 10,000 bucks? What I would try to get, a Roger Dubuis, La Monesque, something like that. Monesque. I like those watches. A Daniel Roth Papillon might be dreaming a little hard to get one for that much. See what else. I bet I'd be able on the pre-owned market. There's certain H. Mosers that I wouldn't mind having. I wouldn't mind having one of their Heritage. I don't know what else you could get for $10,000 on that. What do you guys want? I want everything. I'm no help. For 10K, A Girard-Perregaux Loretto greened out. Ooh, yeah, that would be a great one, Abdul. I like that too. Thomas, for 10,000 bucks, I would definitely be trying to get on the week number 4 list. Good move. Very good move. Yeah, Abdul. They have, well, I got 2 of them anyway. I got a couple, I have a couple Daniel Ross, and I wish I'd gotten more, but I do like them. There's some. I mean, they're not cheap. I'll put it that way. Von Cool, big fan of Girard-Perregaux Loretto myself. Actually, I wonder if one could suggest a nice vintage Girard-Perregaux. Yeah, that's a good idea, Von Cruel. I've always liked the 1945. You might be able to find something in those for, I think, well under 10,000. Is harboring in that range? Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's a great idea. Harboring too. You could probably get a. I'm not sure what their prices are, but one of their Doppels are one of the ones above the Felix. So yeah, that's a great idea. Hi, Andrew. Beauvais Monoretro Chronograph 1940. Uh, oh, by the way, Jose, I may have anybody interested in a Beauvais Mono Retropont. I'm gonna sell mine. I found I wasn't using it, but it's a neat watch, but I just don't use it. And yeah, probably the other thing too is that even as a retropone, it's probably part of a sort of like a chronograph. I'm not into chronograph. There was this wonderful chronograph that I saw of a Papillon, and as much as I liked it, I'm just not into chronograph. You know, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to get something, you probably wouldn't wear, and you just sort of like, nah. Okay, let's see what else you guys would get. Hey, Ben, 10K P-owned market is saturated with Rolex Datejust. Really? Yeah, that might be for people into Rolex. That might be a good movement. A Girard-Perregaux 1966. Good choice, Stephen. Forgot about that. That's a neat watch. That 1966 is very cool. Yeah, I think Girard-Perregaux, they came out of it the other end of Vancouver. Remember, they won a Grand Prix award for their, that I think it was a I think it was a tourbillon. Really cool looking watch with it had these 3 bridges, and they're on. You could see it from the dial. Forgot what that is, but it was that was a very cool watch. Thomas, seriously, for 10K, I would love to get a Kadoki K3. Don't blame you. Good choice. Inspired by vintage pocket watch and Stefan's time working at Geo Gerard. Wait, Glashütte Original. All in-house movements and a GPHG winner, although it'd go silver dial, not salmon. You know that the number 3 Kadoki is my favorite because I really like that the triple track that they have, and then the 3-armed second hand or minute hand, whatever it is, or hour hand. Could be the hour hand. I'm not sure what. That is a cool watch. There's another one. I think it's called the Academia or something like that by Daniel Roth also. Maybe a JLC ultra thin triple calendar. Wow. Or perpetual calendar. Jaeger-LeCoultre is a great brand in that price range. I agree. I agree. That would be another one that would really be worth looking at. Von Cool, just not interested in Rolex. Yeah, nice watches are just that's the way I feel too about Grand Seikos. Wonderful watches, but I don't know why. I'm just not into them. The same thing with Rolex. Nothing against them, but there's a difference between not liking something because there's nothing I don't like about Rolex or Grand Seiko, but I don't know. I have trouble warming up to them, you know, because I'm warming up to something else. Hi, Truman. Chopard LUC or Reverso dual face. Very good. Excellent choices. Hi, Amir. JLC Reverso Tribute Dual Face. I agree with that one too. Both of them are great choices. Hi, ABNs. How you doing? James Gary Hill. Oh boy. A Delma 1924 Tourbillon is based on a BPC Tourbillon SA caliber. Those in La Chaux de France. A French watchmaker, Oliver Moore. I don't know him. Sounds interesting, though. Hi, John. Parmigiani. You used to be able to find a lot of them for that. Yeah, you can still find some great Parmigianis. I agree. For around 10,000. You can find some really good ones under that too. On the not necessarily the used market, but the secondary market. There's sort of the older ones that didn't sell as well, and they went to the watch outlet or someplace like that. That would be another. That would be, in fact, that would be a place to go if I got my $10,000 and go marching off to to the watch outlet. So, let's see what you got, boys. Hi, Tim. I appreciate Grand Seiko for their 9F base quartz watches, but I understand most here don't care. It's like I appreciate the technology and everything else about that. Their spring drive is a very admirable technology. It really is. But not into that. Hi, Dr. Bob's Nightmare. How you doing? Ben, what do you think about the IWC Big Pilot? Bob, I'll tell you, I have this lasting grudge, I guess, against IWC, and it has to do more with a big disappointment that I have in them more than anything else. 'Cause I thought the Portugueser at one time was got to be just a watch I had to have, and then I found out that a lot of them they had less than some of their cheaper somebody else's cheaper movement in some of them. They also have some good movement. I just can't. I just don't trust IWC. I feel the same way about the nav timer and some of these other ones, but a lot of these I suppose I should get over myself. Hey, Washington football fan, how you doing? Yeah, going for a new Kadoki. I don't blame you. Good choice. Damon, hi Damon. Vacheron Constantin Royal Eagle. Ooh, what a great choice. That's another nice one. Brigade Heritage. Nice. AP Royal Oak. I really like the Royal Oak. I like the original, the steel one, the jumbo. Just a plain good old Royal Oak. I'm all for them. I had when I first got my first luxury sports watch. It came down to an Overseas and a Royal Oak, and I liked them both. But it just was the guy, the seller that I talked to, uh, the with the AP was a jerk. And so I thought, oh, I'll just get the overseas jerk and keep his AP, which is, I suppose, I've had bad luck not with the watches, but with some of the people involved. Just those, not all. That has nothing to do against all AP, because AP Audemars Piguet is a wonderful, wonderful watch, really excellent watch, and I've got nothing but great regard for them. And so I wouldn't mind having one at some point. I actually having another one. I had one at one time um, but yeah, there's some honeys out there. The Harry Winston dual time motion. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, there's some of those older from the time that Roger Dubuis and Jean-Marc Viderec were working on making all the movements for Harry Winston. Wow, that the bi-retrogrades and the other kind of retrogrades they made for him, those are real gems. But I've noticed they've been starting to dry up too, both the numbers and the prices. Anyone here experienced Satori Ballard or RGM? They keep popping up in my head. Satori Ballard is if he makes incredible watches. The Roland Murphy at RGM, the what's it called? The Corps of Engineer. I like that's a really nice watch that I like a lot. Patrimonies, good idea, Andrew. Yeah, some of the older patrimonies. Yeah, the spring drive is really cool. I just, you know, the thing about a spring drive, if it came down, the spring drive is accurate and all kinds of other good things about it. Um, but you might as well get a smartwatch. That's my, and it'll tell you all kinds of things. My wife's got a smartwatch, and she's talking to it like Dick Tracy, and does all kinds of things. We go for walks. Oh, my watch said I walked X amount of everything. My watches, I got to go out of the case and go for a walk. Hey, Tim, how you doing? What do you think of Vacheron and Constantin new movement, the 4400 on their new 39? Well, it's not that new. I think that the 4400, came about in 2013, I think. And I have one on my 1921. Those are really excellent movements. One of the funny things about it, and I don't know whether that's just on my watch or on all of the 4400s. If you see them, they've got this little bitty winding gear, and a gear for there's the winding gear and a gear that winds up the what's it called, the center. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, you got to wind that thing all day long. Wind, and it's got a very strong spring, and so, but it's a really good movement, excellent movement, and they have it in all of their their new hand wound watches now. Great movement. I didn't know it's in the patrimony, but yeah. Hey, Dr. Bobs. All in on a Constantine shaken. You want the monster, huh? I like the minion. I'd get a minion Constantine shaken. Yeah, those are fun watches. And there's good horology behind them too. Okay, what else you guys have? Boncool from eBay. H. Moser at Sea, Cosmic Green Pioneer. Ooh, yes. Yes. That would be a great one, Von Cruel. I agree. Daniel Ross Le Sentier offers a more unique look, in my opinion. Le Sentier. also much more affordable. Not listen here. Trying to remember what that looks like. Anyway, yeah, that I think anything by Roth in that price range would be a great buy. Hi, Forbin. Can a silicone hairspring be placed in a traditional metal one? Just curious. I don't know. I've got uh, I've got a circular file that I'd put it in. I wouldn't put it in a wad. So Amir, brigade tradition. I love brigade traditions, but I'd like something again. That's another one they crammed in that silicone hairsprings in. I also found out that they put it in the Jaeger-Droz. They own so many different brands, and Jaeger-Droz is so interesting because of the work he did in China with the imperial Chinese court with the courts with the imperial Chinese courts back in the late 17, 1800 and early 1800s. Yeah, that's Truman VC Traditional with a beautiful green dial and 4400 is, but the price is now over 30,000. Yeah. Yeah, that's a beautiful watch. Yeah, they have that 4400 is like there were two movements that came out roughly around the same period, one in 2013, the other one in 2016. The one in 2016 was the 5100 in the new overseas, and the 4400 came out in the first came out in the 1921, and they've been using it ever since. But the thing about those two movements was that until that time, there were a lot of other movements that Vacheron and Constantin were using in their watches. They weren't, and then these became more in-house. Now they do have that the one by Val Fleurier and their entry-level 55, or call it a 56, which is another watch that for $10,000 might be a real good buy, because I mean that's almost the new price of it. I mean that's almost the MSRP on those things is close to that. Heck of a good one. ABNS 92. Why not the new Louis Arand Vianney halter regulator? No reason at all. I got what kind of movement do they have under that? The under Louis Arand weren't they mostly Salida movements? I'm not sure, but I think they were and are. Vianney Halter, I'm not sure what he did. Probably something in way the regulator was set up. I got a thing for regulators. I have one, my $200 perpetual from China, but I really like the Laurent Ferrier one. But this one that sounds really interesting too. Maybe you can still find a Cellini price in that price range. Maybe that's another good idea. Cellini. All Longa pink gold 1815. 8,000 on Chrono 24. You know, one of the things is that they're two different sizes, I think, on the 1815. Or is that the Saxonia has a smaller one? But that sounds like a heck of a good buy. Hey, flipping Zippo. Same to you. Well, I don't know. The other day, the old thing, I went like that a few times, and up comes the thumb, but it's not working right now. I have no idea why that works and why it doesn't. Shaken is a great one. Yeah, I agree. I'd go with the Chopard LUC 1816 Rose Gold. Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all. That 1860 is usually overshadowed by the Classique, but that's a nice one. That's a really nice one. I was looking at it the other day. A Chopard Mille Miglia. Fun watch. Got it. I love those with the tire straps. I mean, the tire tread straps. That's a fun watch. Hey now, wait now. Quit turning Von Cruel's crank on that. Parmigiani Fleurier Tanda LUC Chopard XPS Glasuda Panamatic Lunar. All good choices. Solida base movements, but dial and crown aesthetics plus regulator module set up by Halter. HRM, I'd probably go for one of the new Parmigiani Tanda PF micro rotor. I don't think those things are anywhere near 10,000 HRM. Not the new ones. The new ones, I like the new ones, but I tell you, I think their prices just went whoop, whoop, whoop. They're really high. They're beautiful watches, though, I got to admit. Is anyone else getting? Are there commercials going on here? I don't see any commercials. Do they have commercials happening while we're having our live conversation? They might. I mean, because we're not being charged for this otherwise. Of the essence, is anybody? No, I'll be darned. Who dat? What? Hello, how are you? How are things in India? I really like complicated looking movements. What are your recommendations for cool movements under 20K USD? Under 20K, complicated movement. You know, usually if you want a complicated movement, this is funny. Chronographs under 20,000. There are a lot of chronographs under 20,000 with a complicated movement. You know, a watch. Here's a watch with a complicated movement, and you probably would be able to find them under 10,000, and that's the Jaeger-LeCoultre True Second. They have this. It looks almost like a remontoire, and it's, I guess, in some respects, it is. And this is the mechanism they have for the jumping seconds. That is an interesting watch. Dull as a school classroom clock. You know, one of those old clocks they had. They're just ticking around, really dull. But what a great insides on that thing. Okay, quit sounding obscene and having me miss it. Hi, BMatic, Loretto. Boy, that's coming into its own. HRM, some new ones are around 12,000 USD on C24. Okay. Every 4 minutes, really? Flip and Zippo, they do pay for premium. What is that? I don't know. Oh my God. Von Cruel, I'd be really tempted to pick up a Loretto myself, browsing some nice examples under 10,000. Andrew, I don't see ads, but I have a YouTube Premium. I've got the YouTube lumpen proletariat, so I'm not sure what the other ones would be. Anyway, guys, well, listen, my time is up before the frying pan comes flying at me. 4:30. So I'm going to have to go, but let me take a look at some of these last ones real quick. Um, how about an Hermes HO8? Great idea. Great idea. A Louis Arand Vienney halter regulator uses a Salida. Yeah, there's a lot of Salidas, and ETAs are good, solid movements. They're mass produced, I think, and that's and that's why they're cheap. I guess that if you're going to have one, have it at a good price. Now, one of the things about the HO8 is that they use Vaucher movements, which aren't so cheap. For 20K, if they don't care about resale value, there are a lot of JLC models available, but I say try to look at Arnold and Son. I don't know about Arnold and Son. I heard that Arnold and Son, from one of the many sources, that there's a problem with their movements, and I say that with one primary reference on that, and I've always worried about that. I like the looks of them, I like their history, but I just don't know about Arnold and Son. Yeah, uncruel. Let's go get them. I don't want the means of production. It means I do more work. Anyway, guys, well, listen, I'm gonna have to bolt. Thank you all for spending some time together. I love your ideas that you had, much better than the ones I had. Anyway, take care. See you next time.